pupils. You're welcome to another wonderful edition of your favorite program, The Classroom in Your Home, a program organized by the Lagos State Government and packaged by the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board. It is to ensure that you are academically engaged in addition to what you're learning in school. I am Auntie Fumi, your English Studies teacher, and as usual, I have with me your wonderful teachers.
Hello, children. I am your mathematics teacher, Uncle Agbaje, but you know me as the mathematician.
Uncle Popo is here, your general studies teacher.
And we also have a beautiful sign language interpreter with us, Auntie Rosemary. Together, we are bringing the classroom into your home. Please stay tuned. Hello, pupils. You're welcome to Auntie Fumi's class. In our English Studies lesson today, we will look at the second part of that beautiful topic, doubles. Yes, in our last lesson, we started with doubles. We double words. Yes, we double some words. And in other examples, we looked at some words that are close in meanings to that word, and we use it as the second part. So it was an exciting lesson. So today we are looking at the second part of the topic, doubles. But before we go into that lesson, I gave you an assignment. Let's have the correction to that homework. Find the meaning of the following doubles. You were asked to find the meaning of the following doubles. Neck and neck. What does it mean? It means so close or similar that it is impossible to tell who's better or who's winning. Yes, so close or similar that it becomes impossible to tell who's better or winning. That's neck and neck. And secondly, fast and furious. Fast and furious simply means full of rapid action, lively and exciting. Did you get the two? Are you sure? Then I celebrate you with this chair. Good job, you. Well done. So the learning objective for today's lesson, the second part of doubles part 2. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to identify two words used together in sentences to give great emphasis. Not only that, you should also be able to say the meaning of some doubles and use them in sentences correctly. So, let's go into the lesson. Let's begin. Like we said in our last lesson, doubles are two words used together in speech to give greater emphasis. We said doubles are two words used together in speech to give greater emphasis. Now, we're going to look at another set of doubles. And these are doubles formed by word opposites. Doubles formed by word opposites. We have looked at doubles formed by repeating the same word. We have looked at doubles formed by word repetition. Now, we are going to look at doubles formed by word opposite. Here and there. Here is an example. Here and there. What is the opposite of here? That is there. Here, there. And in this context, it means in various places. In various places. We can have examples like, you scattered your clothes here and there. That means your clothes are in the parlor, in the kitchen, in the room, in the living room, and so on and so forth. Here and there, in various places. Are we together? Another one is on and off. On and off. Don't forget we are looking at doubles formed by word opposites. On and off. What does it mean? It means coming and going at intervals, not continuous. Coming and going at intervals, not continuous. We can have an example, a sentence like, it rained on and off most of the afternoon. It was raining, the rain stopped, it rained again, the rain stopped. It rained on and off most of the afternoon. Another example is one and all. One and all. One and all. It simply means everyone. It simply means what? Everyone. You can have an example like, well done, one and all. Every one of you, well done. So one and all simply means everyone. We have another double. Another example, this and that. This and that. When you're doing or talking about a variety of things that you do not want to specify, you can use this and that. You're talking about a variety of things that you do not want to specify. You use this and that. He doesn't want to talk for hours about this and that. That means you don't want to specify the particular thing you're talking about. This and that. We've looked at here and there, on and off, one and all, this and that. Now let's look at doubles formed by use of related words. We have looked at doubles formed by use of word opposites. Now we're looking at doubles formed by the use of related words, words that are related. Here are examples. Tooth and nail. Are they related? Yes, they are. Tooth. One of your teeth. Tooth. And nail. Nail, fingernail, or toenail. Are they related? Of course they are related because they all belong to the parts of the body. So, tooth and nail. What does it mean? Furiously or fiercely. With all of one's strength and efforts. With all your strength and effort. You can have example like, we fought tooth and nail, but lost. We fought with all of our strength and effort, but we lost. Life is about winning and losing. So that is the meaning of tooth and nail. Another example is lock and key. Are they related? Of course they are. Your lock, the key. Yes, they are related. So what does it mean? It means securely hidden away. Securely hidden away. The criminals are under lock and key. It's an example of a sentence having this example. The criminals are under lock and key. That means they are securely hidden in their prison, under lock and key, or in the cells. Another one is head and shoulders. Head and shoulders. Are they related? Of course, yes, they are related. It means if someone or something is above other people or things, he or she is a lot better than others. When we say somebody is head and shoulder above other people or things, it means he or she is a lot better than others. You can have examples like they are head and shoulders above the rest. That is talking about the person being better, being a lot better than the rest. So, head and shoulder is another example of doubles. Heart and soul. Heart and soul. Another related set of words. It means the whole of one's energy and passion. The whole of one's energy and passion. If we have a sentence like this, she put her heart and soul into her dance classes. She put her heart and soul into her dance classes. That means she put all of her energy, the whole of her energy and passion into her dance class or dance classes. Another one is whole, H-O-L-E, whole and corner. hole and corner. It means attempting to avoid public notice. Secret. You don't want it to be to the public, to be a public knowledge. So you can have a sentence like, I do not want a hole and corner wedding when I grow up. That means I do not want a secret wedding. I do not want a very small wedding. I want a wedding that will be public, that will be a public notice. So hole and corner means something secret, something that is attempting to avoid public notice. Are we together? Now let's look at other examples. Hale and hearty. Hale and hearty. It means strong and in good health. Strong and in good health. I was glad to see her hale and hearty. I am happy Mr. Governor is hale and hearty. That is strong and in good health. Tit for tat is another example of doubles. Tit for tat. It means retaliation or revenge. It means what? Retaliation or revenge. You can have an example as this. He hit me, so I hit him back. It was tit for tat. He hit me, and I did what? I hit him back. It was what? A tit for tat. It was a retaliation or a revenge. Now it's activity time. Today in our English studies lesson, we looked at the second part of the topic, doubles. And we're able to look at, in addition to the definition of what doubles are, that they are words used to create greater emphasis in our speech. We looked at words, doubles that can be formed by word opposites, and we looked at doubles that can be formed by words that are related, as well as other examples. So it is time for activities. For your classwork or for your activity or for your evaluation, say the meaning of the following doubles. Say the meaning of the following doubles. Number 1, all and sundry. What does that mean? Number 2, tit for tat. We already said it. What does it mean? Hale and hearty. What is the meaning? Lock and key. What is the meaning? Hole and corner. What is the meaning? In the next 30 seconds, you give me the meaning of these 5 doubles. The time starts now. Pens down. Your pens down. By now we should have the meaning of the 5 doubles given to you. Yes, you should have finished writing by now. So let's do the correction together. All and sundry. What does it mean? Everyone. Everyone. We said it, yes. Everyone. So if you have everyone as your answer, please give yourself a tick. Good job, you. Tit for tat. I know every one of you will know the meaning of tit for tat because you are all versed in the act of doing tit for tat. Yes. Yeah, you tore my book. I tore my own back. Tit for tat. It is the infliction of an injury or insult in return for one that one has suffered. He did this to you, you did the same back in retaliation. That is tit for tat. Number 3, hale and hearty. Oh, you all got that. Healthy, healthy, in good health. Good. Lock and key. Lock and key. That is contained. Yes, contained. Being unable to go out. Yes, you're right. Number 5, hole and corner. Hole and corner. That is attempting to avoid public notice. You want to be discreet about it. You want it to be a secret arrangement. You don't want the public to know what is going on. That is hole and corner. Adifumi got 5 out of 5. What about you? Are you sure? You are awesome, totally, and I celebrate you with this chair. Good job, you. For your homework, assignment time, very soon we are going to announce the names of those people that have been submitting their assignments promptly. Yes, regularly. We are going to announce their names and we are going to give them very fantastic gifts from Lagos Suburb. So, for your assignment, use the following doubles in sentences. You have to make sentences with all and sundry, tit for tat, hale and hearty, lock and key, hole and corner. You've told me their meanings. Now it's time to use them in sentences. In the next 20 seconds, you capture this assignment and now we'll come back to sign out. Well done, children. Having copied the assignment, make sure you do your assignment and you submit in time. Yes, submit promptly. Don't forget that in submitting your assignment, you must indicate your name, your school, your class, and your local government education authority. That is the only way by which you can be identified and rewarded accordingly. Please don't forget. And on that note, I say that's for today. We have come to the end of this lesson for today. We had fun looking at doubles today. So it's time for me to hand you over to the mathematician, Uncle Agbaje, for a well-packaged mathematics lesson. Before I go, let me remind you, Auntie Fumi is always proud of you. Bye.
Hello, children. You are welcome to this segment of the program, The Classroom in Your Home. It is mathematics time, and that means it is time to have some fun. I am Uncle Agbaje. Today in mathematics, we are moving on to an entirely new topic. We will be talking about the measurement of mass. Perhaps you've heard what mass is, or you are not familiar with the word. You will be by the end of the lesson. But before we go into what mass is all about, let's look at the correction to the last homework. The capacity of a school tank is 4,000 liters. The capacity of a school tank is 4,000 liters. On average, each pupil requires 5 liters 50 centiliters of water for bathing. On a particular day, the tank is full. That means it is filled up with 4,000 liters. And 30 children take their bath. How much water is left in the tank? Okay, imagine the tank is full, that is 4,000 centiliters. Now, 30 children take their bath using 5 liters 50 centiliters each. We first need to know how much water all these children used altogether and then remove it from the tank, because obviously when they fetch the water from the tank, that is a subtraction operation. So let us begin. Now we need to first know the number of water that has been used by all these 30 children. If one pupil uses 5 liters 50 centiliters, then 30 pupils will use that amount multiplied by 30. And so that means we have to multiply by 30. Now 30 times 50, 3 times 5 is 15, and you add 2 zeros. Then 30 times 5 is 150. But that is not the end of this portion of the work. This has already spilled over into the liters part, so we just take the last 2 digits for the centiliters. We have 1,500 centiliters, but this 15 is extra liters that is gotten from the centiliters part. So we have 1,500. We have to carry 15 or regroup 15 to the liters side. That is 15 liters. 150 plus 15 liters, that will give us 165 liters, no extra centiliters. So the total use for the 30 children is 165 liters. Now we need to remove that from the tank. The tank that is filled with 4,000 liters. So we have to subtract 165, and by the time we subtract 165, we will be having 3,835 liters of water left in the tank. Now, is that what you got? I can see someone smiling. Of course, that's what you got. So let me celebrate you with a chair. Now, moving on to that work for today, measurement of mass. We have talked about the measurement of length. We've talked about the measurement of capacity. Now we'll be talking about mass. Mass is often confused with weight, but mass is not the same as weight. So today you should be able to appreciate what mass is all about, the idea. You should be able to state the units of measuring mass and their relationship. And finally, you should be able to make conversion from one unit of mass to another unit of mass. Are you ready? Well, let us begin. The mass. The mass is the quantity of matter in an object. It's the quantity of material that makes up an object. Some objects are very big in size, but the mass is very little, and that is why they are light. Yet some objects are small, but the quantity of matter in them is very much, and they are heavy. The mass determines how heavy an object is. So if you have a pillow of this size and a rock of this size, obviously the rock will be heavier because that rock has more substance inside than the pillow. Okay, so the mass is the amount of matter or substance that make up an object. Okay, and that mass now determines how heavy that object is. Look at this man is carrying a weight. Perhaps you want to be a weightlifter like this man. These weights are loaded with a lot of matter, and they're usually very, very heavy. Okay, so the mass is measured in grams. The unit of measuring mass in grams is grams. So when you talk about mass, you can't be talking about meters, you can't be talking about liters, you will be talking about grams. When somebody says your mass is 50 kilograms, for instance, they will be talking about your mass, not how tall you are. Okay, so the mass is measured in grams, but of course there are smaller units of the gram, and there are bigger units. You have this milligram, centigram, just like we have with the milliliter, centiliter, millimeter, centimeter as well, millicentidecigram, deca, hectokilogram. But of these units, the most commonly used are the grams and the kilogram. You also have a bigger version of the kilogram, which is called the ton or the metric ton, you will say. Now, objects that are light, like your ruler, like your pencil, like your stationery, school items, those light things, your notebooks, they will be measured in grams. They are not that heavy. Like this pen I'm holding, it will be measured in grams. It is not heavy. Okay, so if somebody says, I have a pen that measures 15 grams, yes, it's more likely. But if somebody says, I have a pen that measures 15 kilograms, that person will not be able to hold it for long because it will be too heavy. So light objects, small objects like all your stationery materials, your books, your pen, your pencil, your eraser, your ruler are measured in grams. But if it becomes heavier, then you will be measuring them in kilograms. Like human beings are measured in kilograms. Animals, rocks, bags of food, these are measured in kilograms. Okay, but when you now have very, very heavy objects, extremely heavy objects like this barge that has containers, that transports containers of goods from one country to another, those ones will not be in kilogram. That weight is very heavy, my friend. That will be measured in tons. The tons, T-O-N-N-E-S. Animals that are very large, like your rhinoceros, like your elephant, like your buffalo, they are very heavy, and they are measured in tons. Your ship, your trucks, articulated vehicles, those are very heavy objects and they are measured in tons, which is a bigger unit of the gram. So let's look at some special masses. An average sized human being is going to measure around 62 kilograms. That is the average mass of a human being, a full-grown human being. So if an adult human being tells you, oh, I weigh 10 kilograms, that may not be exactly possible because it's not a baby. It's only babies that can measure 10 kilograms below. But an adult will have a mass of about 62 kilograms. Some can have more than that, but average sized human beings like Uncle Popo, like Uncle Agbaje, yes, 62, 65, but maybe Auntie Fumi is a little bit more than that. Yeah, I don't know. But, you get what I'm saying? That average sized human beings, 62 kilograms or thereabouts, that is the average size. Anybody that is measuring 80, 85 is beginning to get overweight. Okay, so now this is the African bush elephant. It is the largest land animal, and these African bush elephants can weigh up to 6,000 kilograms. 6,000 kilograms, that is about the mass of 96 average sized men. I mean, if you put 96 average sized men on a scale and you put just one elephant on another scale, they'll be equal. That African bush elephant is very, very heavy. Okay, now let's look at the relationship between these masses. I mean, we've heard about the grams, then we've heard about the kilograms, and then we know that for very, very heavy objects, they are measured in tons. So what is the relationship? A gram is 1,000th of a kilogram. That means if this is 1 gram, then this is 1 kilogram. So 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. Again, 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. And also, that 1 kilogram also has the same relationship with the ton. 1,000 kilogram is 1 ton. So 1,000 kilogram is 1 ton. That is exactly the relationship. 1,000 kilogram, 1 ton. 1,000 grams, 1 kilogram. Then 1,000 kilograms, 1 ton. This is the relationship, or these are the relationships that we will be working with today. Nothing too much to put in the head. Let's talk about converting unit of mass. Example 1. Let us convert 400 grams to kilograms. As usual, we will begin with the relationship between grams and kilograms. And what is the relationship? 1,000 grams make 1 kilogram. So we write that out. 1,000 grams make 1 kilograms. Now, if you want to find 400 grams, we'll begin by saying 400 grams on this side. We know that this is what we want to find, but these and these are in the ratio 1,000 to 400, but this is reducing. So we have to reduce the other side in the same ratio, putting the smaller number on 4,000 grams all over 1,000 grams, then multiplied by 1 kilogram. So I can use this to cancel each other. 2 zeros will cancel 2 zeros. Then I have 4 all over 10, which is 4 divided by 10. And so for 4 divided by 10, the decimal point is here by default. I'll just move it back once to the back, to the left, because there is 1 0, and the decimal point is now here. So I have 0.4 or 0.4. That should be the answer. Let us see if we are correct. So 400 grams, see 400 over 1,000 times that, then we get 0.4 times 1 kilogram, which is 0.4 kilogram. It's as simple as that, just the normal way of relating two quantities and finding it that we know. The most important thing is that we know the relationship that ties these two quantities together. Okay, so here is an example again that is based on a word problem. The net mass of milk powder in 1 Nido milk tin is 900 grams. You have a milk tin and the net mass is 900 grams. Find the mass in grams and kilograms of milk powder in 40 tins. So if we know that 1 tin contains 900 grams of milk powder, what will be the mass that will be contained in 40 tins? What operation is that? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Of course, It is multiplication. What do we know? We know that one thing is 900 grams and 40 things will be 900 in 40 places. That is 900 grams times 40. Now 9 times 4 is 36. Then we had 1, 2, 3 zeros. That will be 36,000 grams, not kilograms, because we're multiplying 900 grams. 900 grams in 40 places will be 36,000 grams. But we have to change these to kilograms because the question says find the mass in grams and kilograms. So what is the relationship between grams and kilograms? We know that 1,000 grams make 1 kilogram. So 36,000 grams be 36 over 1,000 because we are going to increase. This has increased to 36,000 and it's in the ratio 1,000 to 36,000. So we have to increase this in that ratio. That is putting the bigger number on top and the smaller number below. So let's say dividing, we can cross out 3 zeros. We have 36 over 1 and that is 36. So 1 kilogram times 36 is 36 kilograms. Let's see if we are correct. But of course, we are. Now I believe that you are ready for one of your own. So it's your turn. A sack of groundnuts weigh 150 kilograms. Find the weight in tons of 100 sacks. So you have the weight of the mass of one sack. And you have to find the mass of 100 sacks. And you have to leave your answer in tons. You have 1 minute for this exercise. Begin. Alrighty then, I believe that you are done. Multiplying numbers with 100 must be very easy, and converting to tons, well, 1,000 kilograms make 1 ton. Let's just walk through it together. What do we know? We know that 1 sack of groundnuts is 150 kilograms. Now for 100 sacks, it is to multiply it by 100. 15 times 1 is 15, then we had 1, 2, 3 zeros. That is 15,000 kilograms because we're multiplying kilograms. Now we've gotten the answer in kilograms, but we're asked to leave our answer in tons. So what is the relationship between kilograms and tons? 1,000 kilograms make 1 ton. So we write that relationship. 1,000 kilograms is 1 ton, and 15,000 kilograms, of course, this has increased to 15,000 in the ratio 1,000 to 15,000. So we have to increase 1 ton likewise, but putting the bigger number on top. So crossing out the zeros, let's see what we are left with. 3 zeros, 3 zeros, and we have 15 over 1, which is 15, of course. Now 1 ton times 15 will be 15 tons. Let's see if we are correct. Of course, it is 15 tons. Did you get it right, my friend? Of course, you did. Now we've come to the end of that. What was the summary of what we have discussed today? The mass of an object is how much matter it contains. So it's not how big, rather it's how much substance is in it. And that mass will determine how heavy that object is. Mass is measured in grams, kilograms, tons. And the relationships, of course, 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram, or 1,000 kilograms is 1 ton. And that means essentially that 1 million grams will be 1 ton, but that story for another day. Are you ready for the homework? It's coming right up. The mass of 1 liter of water is 1 kilogram, given. A 4,500 liter capacity tank, which weighs 112 kilogram, is filled to the brim. It's totally filled up. The tank weighs 112 kilogram, but it is filled with 4,500 liters of water. You have to express the mass of the tank of water in tons. The tank and the water in tons. Copy this, you have 20 seconds and I'll be right back. Alrighty then. We've come to the end of today's lesson. In mathematics, we have learned many things. We've learned that the African elephant can weigh up to 6,000 kilograms, and that's 6 tons. We've also learned that the world record in weightlifting is held by Georgian Lashatalakadze, and he was able to lift 484 kilograms of weight. Would you like to be a weightlifter in future like him? Well, that doesn't stop you from learning some mathematics, because there is nothing we want to do in life that mathematics doesn't come handy. That's it for today's segment in mathematics. Like I said, it's time for Uncle Popo to take you on with general studies. Till I come your way in the next lesson, remain wonderful mathemagicians. Bye-bye now.
Hello, puppies. You are welcome to General Studies class. I am Uncle Popo. Uncle Popo is here. Good. I am also here is your response. We are here together. 100% attention. Brilliant one. You have promised that you will give me 100% attention in today's lesson. Our subject for today is social studies. In our last lesson, we talked about group conflict. And you were told that conflict is the disagreement or quarrel between or among people. And we also talked about group conflict, the causes, maybe political or religious rivalry, unwillingness to tolerate others, all that you were taught in the last lesson. Causes of conflict and how to avoid or solve group conflicts. Today, we are moving on to international conflict. So the topic is related. The other time we talked about group conflict, that is talking about the conflict between or among groups. Now international conflict. What are we referring to? Talking about international conflict. All these we will discuss in today's lesson. Now the learning objectives, we will be able to define international conflicts, and you should be able to mention the causes of international conflicts, and you should be able to state how to avoid and solve international conflicts. When we say international conflict, what are we referring to? From the definition of conflict, you should be able to define international conflict. So let's look at it together. International conflict is a dispute, misunderstanding, fight or disagreement between two or more countries, just like the definition for group conflicts. But this one, international, we are referring to one country to another country, one country against another country. So international conflict is a dispute or misunderstanding, fight or disagreement between two or more countries. I know some of you will be looking at, do countries fight each other? Yes, one country might have negative feeling or do not have clear understanding on certain issues, and it could bring disagreement between the two countries. So I know you will have heard or seen in some movies or in reality where you were told that one country is fighting another country, although we are not praying for that. But countries do have disagreement between each other and at times fight each other. Like you can see here, we don't pray for that when we have two countries fighting each other. Now let's look at the causes of international conflicts. Why do one country fight the other country? Because ordinarily human beings fight each other, groups fight each other, so countries fight each other. What are the causes of international conflict? Number one is economic competition. Say that. economic competition. What are we saying? Talking about economic competition. Competition among nations for business interests and economic gains can lead to serious disagreement, which causes conflict. No, economic competition, like maybe I'm producing certain products and the other country is producing certain products, and if we see that some other countries are purchasing from that country and they are not purchasing from the country here, there could be that competition between the two countries, and it could bring a disagreement, it could bring conflict between the two countries. So that is one, economic competition. That is competition among nations for business interests and economic gains can lead to serious disagreement, which causes conflict. Next one is boundary disputes. Say that boundary disputes. All countries have marked boundaries. Like Nigeria, we have a boundary, and we are very close to some countries, and we have the boundary demarcating the two countries. So all countries have marked boundaries. Where one country attempts to go beyond its borders, whether on land, water, or air without permission, it automatically leads to international conflict. I could remember Nigeria and Cameroon fighting against a boundary. So boundary could bring dispute or fight between two countries. And later, the court of law helped us to settle the issue. If the issue was not settled that moment, it could bring a very serious war. So boundary dispute is one of the causes of international conflict, because this country will be claiming this boundary, this is my own. Another country will be claiming it's my own. So because of that, disagreement will occur. So that is boundary disputes. We are still talking about causes of international conflict. We've talked about the economic competition and boundary disputes as the causes of international conflict. We are moving on to the next one as political rivalry. That's another cause of international conflict. Talking about political rivalry, sometimes the quest to dominate or interfere in the political affairs of another nation could lead to international conflict. That's political rivalry. When another country is trying to interfere or dominate in the political affairs of another country, the country they are doing that on may just disagree, and the fight may break out, and it will cause international conflict. So that is political rivalry. Next one is military competition. Talking about military competition, this is the struggle for military supremacy can cause international conflict. We have all the countries in the world have their own trained soldiers. Some are their boundaries trying to secure it. So we have in different countries. One country may just think that they have all what it takes and they have weapons, they are stronger, and they may want to show that supremacy to the neighboring country. So it happens like that, and that could lead to international conflict, trying to show that they have power, they are stronger, and they may want to show their supremacy over another. So that's another one. Next one is religious rivalry. Say that. Religious rivalry. What are we talking about? When one country tries to impose its religious beliefs on the other, so conflict arises. That religious rivalry, when a country is just trying to impose their own belief, especially their kind of religion, and they want to force all the nation to be practicing that. So it may bring international conflict, because it's just trying to impose all their own ways of doing things, their ways of the kind of religion they believe in, trying to impose it on others. It could bring religious rivalry. Just like Nigeria, the country that colonized us, they cannot just impose their own kind of religion, the kind of religion they love, and impose it on us at this moment and still believe we will do that. So Nigeria may want to react and say, no, we are not for that, and it could bring international conflict. We have talked about religious rivalry, military competition, political rivalry, boundary disputes, economic competition. All these are causes of international conflicts. Attitudes and values to avoiding and solving international conflicts. What are the attitudes? 1, humility and contentment. Say that. Humility and contentment. Now, I think that one we can apply that in to avoid that boundary dispute. No, when you know that this is your boundary, you will not want to go further and claim another person's boundary. So when you have that contentment, you will avoid international conflict because you stay and maintain your own boundary, you maintain your own lane without trying to gain from others. Likewise, humility. When the country, when the nation or the people there are very humble, so they won't feel that arrogance, they won't feel that they are stronger, they are more powerful, and they will want to show supremacy over another country. So humility and contentment is one of the attitudes to avoiding and solving international conflict. Next one is compromise. Compromise, that's another one. You just believe in your own way of doing things. You take to your own values, you take to your own cultures, and you don't allow maybe other nations or people from another country to bring their own way or force their own way on you. So that's another one. Next one is love and concern for others. When you love your people, you love your country. So also, when you have that love and concern for others, whether the person is from your country or from another country, you will also show the same love to them. And when you have the same love equally, you will not want to fight another people, you don't want to fight another country because you have the love and concern for others. You don't just love and have concern for the people around you or for your group or for your country alone. If the love is spread to everybody, so far the person is human being and you have concern for them, you will not want to fight another country. So that is love and concern for others. Next one is cooperation. Just like in your classroom, when you have cooperation, so things will go on fine. When you cooperate with the people around you, you cooperate with foreigners, you cooperate with other countries, there won't be need for international conflict. So cooperation is another attitude and value to avoiding and solving international conflict. So in today's lesson, we talked about international conflict, and you were told that international conflict is a dispute, misunderstanding, fight, or disagreement between two or more countries. You were also told the causes of international conflict: economic competition, boundary disputes, political rivalry, military competition, religious rivalry. Attitudes and values to avoiding and solving international conflict are humility and contentment, compromise, love and concern for others, likewise cooperation. So in today's lesson, you have discussed all that, and I have just 2 questions to test you on what we have discussed today. The first one, define international conflict. Second question, state any 3 causes of international conflict. You have just 30 seconds to attempt this. Your time starts now. Eyes on me. Uncle Popo is here. Good, you are still there, so let's mark together. International conflict is a dispute, misunderstanding, fight, or disagreement between 2 or more countries. When you say international, it cuts across different countries. Now, state any 3 causes of international conflict. It could be economic competition, boundary disputes, political rivalry, military competition, or religious rivalry. So all these we have discussed in today's lesson. So mark accordingly and rate yourself. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Until next time, next lesson, Uncle Popo says, keep on studying. Bye.
My wonderful pupils, we have come to the end of another exciting episode on the classroom in your home.
Exciting one indeed it has been for us. We hope that you have enjoyed yourselves because we have had fun bringing new lessons in mathematics, English studies, and of course general studies to you at home. Now remember that you can get the best out of all that we are doing in the classroom in your home with more practice, and that is what's going to make you a perfect person. For this reason, we have structured online assessments for you, which you can access using the link bit.ly/LASUBEB-tests. The link again is bit.ly/LASUBEB-TESTS. Remember, these online assessments are our way of knowing how well you are performing so that we can help you to improve on your performance.
Taking the online test is based on if you have access to either your daddy's, your mommy's, your uncle's, or your auntie's Android or smartphones. If not, there's no problem. Just send your comments, your questions, and your homework to 081-50-86-5663. Please do not call that line. SMS and WhatsApp messages only. And when you are submitting your assignment, make sure you indicate your name,
Your school,
Your class,
and your local government education authority. That is the only way through which you can be identified and appraised accordingly.
did you miss some of the lessons in classroom in your home or any of the lessons today? Do not worry, all these lessons are on Lagos Subeb YouTube channel for you to watch at your own preferred time. Subscribe to Lagos Subeb YouTube channel to get notification when new videos are uploaded. The classroom in your home could be watched live on Facebook, the same time airing on television through the page showing on the screen.
Until our next lesson, when we shall meet again on another beautifully packaged edition of the classroom in your home, make sure you do your homework.
Wash your hands regularly.
keep studying hard, but above all,
Stay safe.
because at LASUBEB,
We leave no child behind.